What you see is what you get up on the morning show. I got a whole lot of buzz, but before I go, chop real smooth, she the boss. No baby, hold up, I'm about to put a double lady. They your host, 12 to 2. If you need a getaway, come see this view. Got a whole lot of drama, feeling like you wanna stand by. Put your feet up, watch a midday madhouse. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We try and get ourselves settled so we can listen to bands one more time. One more time. What you see is what you get up on the morning show. I got a whole lot of buzz, but before I go, chop real smooth, she the boss. No baby, hold up, I'm about to put a double lady. They your host, 12 to 2. If you need a getaway, come see this view. Got a whole lot of drama, feeling like you wanna stand by. Put your feet up, watch a midday madhouse. Okay, there we go again. Good afternoon.
Yes,
Welcome to the Midday Madhouse. Y'all know how it goes. There's no telling what we're going to speak about. Tell a friend, share. And, yeah, Jello Lady trying to...
struggling this morning. Like, listen, don't mind me, y'all. I'm struggling.
Yeah, so you know we're on every day from 12 to 2. Hey, we act up sometimes. Sometimes we have an act up period. Yeah, but there's a lot. I don't know. We got a lot to, you know how we do. We touch on any and everything. You speak about it, and we'll talk about it.
We're going to toast. It's actually Wednesday today. Yeah,
yesterday.
It's actually Wednesday. Yesterday was it was supposed to be Tuesday, but I was on Wednesday. I'm sorry, it was my fault. So it's actually Wednesday today, and being that it's actually Wednesday today, we're just gonna go.
Just be Wednesdays. Right. We're gonna have fun on Wednesdays.
So it's the middle of the week.
This is like right when you know you're about to you're about to have that weekend off.
The weekend is on its way.
Right. That Friday, or you have that Thursday and Friday. But this is the middle of the week, and it's that week. It's that last week that you got to get prepared to pay the bills. Next week is the end of the month.
Right.
This is the terrible. You be like, oh, I got to pay all these bills.
I gotta put this money up. I can't spend it. I'm gonna go somewhere. Right. I can't. That's what it's like right now.
It's just terrible because you don't know which way to turn when it comes down to this situation. You be like, what? Damn, didn't I just pay them bills last month?
Yeah, they show up every month. Why did anybody tell them?
Because then nobody. I don't want to like them.
Had I known when I was, all that time I was talking about I want to be an adult. Lies.
Oh yeah, because had I known that
adulting was played out.
This is what adult it brings.
Listen, I don't want to be.
I write it off, like you write off on your taxes. I write it right on off, just like I would write my taxes off. Because this is some BS when it comes to the end of the month.
What's going on, Jay?
What's up, Jay?
He's in the building.
Like always.
Yes, good to see you.
Yes. Heads up. We have a big Friday coming.
Big Friday.
Flyers will be out today, but we have Wes Will coming to the show. Wes Will. Respect your DJ Friday. Yes.
DJ Friday.
Yes. So we got somebody that we grew up with, somebody that's flies. Gonna keep it real.
Memorial, that's where you want to go back to, Will?
You want to go back to Memorial?
Yeah, Jay want to go back to Memorial.
I don't know about going to Memorial. I did a lot in Memorial. I fought a lot. That was like my fighting days,
Listen, that was.
But I can go back to Memorial is good.
What? I'm not gonna lie. There's some things about Memorial that I liked.
Yeah, we had a good circle.
Candy Grams was awesome.
Yes, they don't even do Candy Grams anymore.
Yeah, right.
They don't do Candy Grams like that in school.
Candy Grams was the bomb. You knew you had friends if you really.
Wait a minute, no. Candy Gram was. What is it? The
blow pops.
No, the what is that word? Sneaky link.
Yeah.
That's when you knew you had a sneaky link in school because you get that candy gram. You like what?
Wow,
Jarrell sent me a candy gram, and you gotta hide it because
you know, he got a girlfriend, or y'all don't want everybody in your business, so you hide your little piece, that little red piece of paper. Listen.
Yeah.
Or you sell the blow pops. Remember selling blow pops and stuff in school?
That was like always the best thing to do. Get your candy grams, you get enough of them, you resell them back.
Jerome's how I would go back and be a geek. No, but you ain't do much. It was good for you. I used to just love hearing you sing through the hallways.
Yeah.
Between you and Robbie and who it was a lot of y'all. But with y'all singing in the hallway, that used to get the school going too. So it was
nice
dope.
Little place to be at. Walking down the hallway, you hear the there it is.
Right.
My day is better.
Just
because
get
of
your
it.
stuff right. Like
Exactly.
you be like, oh, Jarrell.
Yep.
But those were the days back in school, and there was no worries. And the funny thing is, for us to talk about this, I was just looking at the new fashion, the Y legs.
Yeah, Y legs are coming back.
I'm not wearing them. I didn't even really dig them. I like the Y leg, like dress pants, you know, where they're all it's one big size. But I never was a Y leg girl when I was in school. I wasn't a bell bottom girl in school. And plus, I was only like this big. Right. I was like 2 pounds wet.
Just the average.
And all you see is jeans.
Right.
Like,
an average. If you just put on an average pair of jeans, you would be fine.
Right.
Like that's your wide leg.
Right.
Like, anything other than that, like you really tell all your business.
Yes, because I was like a 00 back then. So that double zero.
And look, you know you couldn't have pants that big no way back in the day because the wind blew too hard coming from school, girl.
It's over for me.
Look, it's off into the wind.
It's gone. But yeah, they have the bell bottoms out now, and all the different like fluorescent colors. I'm like, damn, that's just, you know how they say every 10 years history.
Yeah, it repeats itself.
But I personally, I want them to come back with the leather on the front of the pants. Like that was the dope stuff. The 89, 90s. Like now I see that they're starting to wear the ruffle socks again. Yeah. Where they're pulling it over their jeans and you get now they're doing that. But we used to rock it. Mm-hmm. That was like a dope.
The stack socks.
Right. Yeah, so I see a couple of people, and I said for us, I see on Facebook, I've seen a lot of you guys on Facebook, and I see where they some of the girls, you know, our age got the tights on with the ruffle with the socks. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? We know how to rock it. The kids, we'll teach them because that was our era.
Right. Yeah.
Like it was really dope. I'm like, damn, every 10 years.
Yeah. It's like it repeats itself. It starts over.
Yeah. But that Jerome, you're stupid. But they were the days like when you could when music meant something.
Right.
When you could go in your kitchen and
words.
Your grandma and mom and dad, like everybody is like in there dancing and having a good time. When love words was love words. You know what I mean?
They actually meant, like when people actually used words and knew what they actually
meant, not ebonics.
And used them on purpose, like with intention.
Right.
Because that's really what all the good music was about. You had conviction and intention in the words that you were saying. Like when they were singing them songs, that was purposeful. Very much so purposeful.
Yeah, so the good music, the good R&B and hip hop, the good rap. You know, not to say that some of you guys don't know how to do it, but not y'all need to go.
Listen,
y'all need to go back to back in the day and go ahead and listen to some good rap.
I'm gonna just say this for everybody: if we have to create a word, maybe we shouldn't. Okay, like you are making up words now, like words that have absolutely no meaning. Like we can't understand you, and even some of our songs back in the day, like you hear them and you didn't really know what you were saying back in the day. Like they was getting through all fast, saying some little sick stuff, and but at least they were words that actually had
these aren't words.
I don't know what.
And the rap music nowadays is trap music. It's not even. It's like past trap music.
Yeah, it's past trap music.
Like I can go in the kitchen, or I can sit right here and make up a rhyme about Jello Lady's brown sweater,
right,
with purple hair. You know what I mean? Like,
right,
and it'll be a hit.
It's a hit.
It's a hit. Everybody's going. I'm getting number one Billboard, like Billboard chart
with brown sweater
with trap music.
Right.
Like, come on. No, there's you.
Yeah,
we need like the Little Kims back,
music.
the LL Cool J. You know, like
people actually had you had to really think about what you were saying.
Right.
Like you couldn't just get on the track and say something that kind of sounds like the track,
right?
To make people think it's a word. Like you want to just pick a chord and just ride that through the whole song. And
like OPP was the ish,
right?
You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. You know, like that was that
anthem songs
Queen Latifah. You know,
like I don't want to learn how to sing songs that don't have words. Because I don't know, some of these songs, like these mumble rappers, like I get it, you're saying words, but
like you know who I do like, the young guy. What is his name? King Von.
Yeah.
I kind of like him. Like, I like his songs. They have meanings, and then, you know, I'm cool with him. But then when you talking about, like, NBA, young, whatever he is, like, all of this, that little boy with the dreadlocks with this stuff on his face, then 6ix9ine, you know, like, I can't.
Right, it's too much.
I can't.
Like,
I can't even get focused anymore.
Yeah. Look, but I get self-expression. Like, you as an artist, you know, you want to be respected for your art. You want your art. It's your art, so it's real personal.
But is that art?
It's personally art to him.
I'm gonna shoot your face up. I'm gonna kill your mama. I'm gonna smack your grandma. You be like, wait, like what are you talking about?
That's art.
You're gonna smack my grandma.
But at the same time, if that's your art, it's for you personally. Because guess what?
Yeah, stay in the shower.
My 5-year-old cousin can go and get some paint and swirl it on a piece of paper. And I can think it's art. Somebody else might see it and be like, what is this? This is trash. Like, so art is interpreted by the person who is actually listening to it, you know, creating it or whatever. But I'm just gonna tell you,
I don't
feel like it's purposeful.
I think I'll never get it.
And you know why I think it's purposeful? I think it's purposeful because everybody's in it for a check. Because if every artist put out music that actually meant something to them personally, not something that was engineered by the machine that is the record company, I think the sound would be different.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
they just be wilding.
They do. Like, but you notice a lot of
be like, what in the Maji be listening to stuff? I'll be upstairs like me and John, like
those are like, but those are mainstream artists. But if you listen to the underground people, the people who aren't mainstream, the independent label, like the independent artists, a lot of them have decent content because they're able to live what they, you know, and put in.
Yeah, but they still be making trap music too.
They do. And
I be listening to some of that stuff, and I be like, well, what the hell are you talking about?
Do you remember the one showcase we went to? The guy who performed? And we just work, everybody was just kind of.
Where? In Philly?
Yeah.
With Papers and Miss Jenny?
Yeah, with Papers and Miss Jenny. Yeah, the one guy that got on and he was rapping, like he changed the whole mood of the. Like,
the bald head guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, but this is your art. So.
Right. Yeah, it was his art, all right.
And you did it at the appropriate time.
Right.
It was at a showcase where you were showing off your talent.
Right.
Not everybody thought it was a talent, but you know,
hey,
you were able to showcase it there.
Mm-hmm.
That is not something that you should put in mainstream media. Like, but then
everybody likes, you know, there was people there.
Different things that likes it, right? He has a following, because if he didn't have a following, he wouldn't be there.
Right.
Like he wouldn't have been able to get a slot if he didn't have a following.
Trap music is just not my music.
Yeah, trap music is definitely not.
It's just not. I can't. Like some of the songs I can get into because the kids be running around dancing and making a fool, just being fools.
Right.
I get it, but then other ones, I don't understand it. Like I can't. I don't want it. I don't want you to kill my mom. No. I don't want you to come shoot my dad. I don't want you to shoot my house up, my kids. I don't want you to do no drive-by. Like, I don't want that type of stuff in my life.
Right.
And they're just so bold where now it's like, now that the rappers are fighting the rappers. Like, back in the day, you heard stuff like a Tupac and Biggie Smalls. You know what I mean? That type of case is still going on. But that wasn't always heard of.
Right.
Where now... All you hear is, okay, well, NBA took Lil Durk and da da da. Like, what in the world are you don't want to be the next one dead, and y'all sending shots to each other? Like where does this all come from?
Internet beef is something that I think is a fuel to a lot of.
Yeah, but whatever happened to the good music, you know? Yeah. But they're taking the good music beats and putting them to the trap baby beats. Yeah. And now we just got, you be like, what's going on? And then you be like, and they be like, no, I'm a motherfucker. You be like, wait, what happened? What's going on? Right. Y'all have messed up the good songs.
Listen, I'm going to tell you, like, shout out to the RZA. Because he is, like, amazing. He can blend and put together things and make it make sense. Right. And make it sound good.
But that's what anybody on our old school level.
Right.
But now
see, what has happened, but what has happened now is the newer generation has realized that they can take the old songs and put it with whatever they come up with.
Yeah, and hot message.
And think it's supposed to make it make sense.
You be like, what is this?
Sequel. This era is like the sequel to good music.
Yeah, because this is not it.
Because listen.
Because I got mad when I heard that song, and it has the what's going on, and it's like, tell me what's, and then it, I'm like, oh no, like
what?
No, this is
Why would you do that?
This is a beautiful song, but you won't take an Erykah Badu beat and tear that up.
Absolutely not. Look, Miss Badu will not have any such thing. She is not.
Right, you won't take an Erykah Badu and do whatever you do with her, but you'll take the good music,
and even Erykah's music is good too, but still, you know better than to come for her.
Yeah,
she drinks Colt 45 and smoke Newport. She prays.
She smoking weed.
And she got incense burning in the back.
Right,
she gonna pull up on you about disrespecting her music.
Like, what is this?
Like, you did what? Now?
And then you see she got a whole nother person to her.
Yeah, listen.
Like, she has this rude little person in her that will get with you at any time given.
Yes.
But y'all need to, listen to some old school music. Tell your children to listen to some good music, and then
all the young kids that you know, teach them good music.
Yeah,
that's the only way.
Like our song for our drop for our show. Yeah. That's made by I Am Hand Bands, which is my daughter, and then she that's
another. I think it's another band creation, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aisha. Yeah. So the beat is from Aisha. She was the girl that I never had. And she took it and made it something, but it doesn't sound a hot mess. She's not saying, yo, the midday madhouse gonna shoot you up.
Right. We got crazies coming through, and we gonna be here wearing straight jackets. Like no.
We waving flags in the air.
Right. She definitely made it.
We crip walking.
Right. She definitely made it something that was definitely
right. So make some good music. Come out and do something.
And that's the thing. You have to be the change you want to see. So, even in your art, I'm not saying you can't talk about the shootings and the killings, because that's what's going on. But at the same time, be tasteful about expressing it, because we don't want you to make people feel like you're going to come and shoot them up. Tell a story. And that's what they're not really doing anymore, is telling the stories.
No, you can make a rap song out of a dirty tissue now, and it'll go platinum.
Yeah. We have
music is not music
got Molly
anymore.
Percocets now.
That's
a song, right?
Right.
There was no way.
It's a narcotic.
Right. There is no way back in the day there was going to be a song where they were talking about blow. We gonna
Molly Percocets.
We was gonna do this crack on the table.
Right. Molly Percocets.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
They telling you how to take
take drugs.
Yeah, a Molly is a Molly, and then you hit the Percocet for a downer to bring that little high down. So now you just high.
Look, first of all.
But you're gonna make a song that tells somebody to take a Percocet, a Molly Percocet.
Yeah, you want people to
right. You want people to do drugs.
What? Like every time you turn on the TV or the radio, you're telling me about doing drugs.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, after they got finished talking about Molly's and Percocets in the song, then the commercial gonna come on talking about Valtrex for your lips and and this is a drug and the side effects is you get 37 side effects and try to cure one.
Right.
You got what problem? You get 37 side effects. Okay.
So I'm just leaving it up to myself to say, should I just die? Like,
listen,
yeah,
I'm
like
just over it altogether. I am.
They got ecstasy.
Yeah.
Songs on ecstasy.
Drugs.
Right. Like lean.
Right.
Like, first of all, I take cough syrup.
Right.
Okay? I don't want to put nothing in my cough syrup to have me high. I'm already high.
I don't want to put the cough syrup in my soda either.
But I'm already high.
Yeah.
Off of the NyQuil.
Yeah. Like
whatever cough syrup you use, the purple, green, red. I don't know.
That's what it is.
Yeah, but we're already high off of it.
Listen,
why you want to boost your high?
Listen, I don't need it.
It's supposed to put you down, not keep you up. That's why your ass be like this.
Look, that's why people have seizures and whatever.
Right. That's why you be dozing out.
You don't know. That's your body. You can't do both. Like you can't be up and down at the same time. You can be even, but that's not up and down.
And then you see people with talking about the ecstasy and y'all putting it out there to the kids and all these rap songs and all this crap. And you see a video where they just you're like, listen, what in the
look, OnlyFans. Okay, let me just tell you, I got a phone call yesterday, panicked and distressed. It was crazy. I was driving to go to the store to get some snacks because as you can see, I got cookies on my sweater because I'm snacking. But I get a phone call about somebody's OnlyFans page. Not nobody that I know personally,
right?
But there's a page on OnlyFans. Children, cover your ears.
What in the world? All right.
Okay.
Like I'm like, okay.
The songs about drugs have gotten people so far gone in life that they do OnlyFans where they perform fellatio to themselves.
Wait, what?
Yep, you heard me. Look, I'm gonna eat my cookie.
I need you to repeat that.
Oh, that there's an OnlyFans where people perform fellatio to themselves?
Yes. There's a page?
A page.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got to do better. We got to do better. Like, but I know that there was, let me tell you, because when Facebook first started, right? I remember there was no Instagram, no all that. It wasn't nothing. Facebook. So it was just Facebook. And I remember that it was like pages, like sex pages, where it was like private pages that you could friend and then they'll let you in.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, what are you getting out of that? Now, you tell me what exactly are you getting out of that? There's no way.
Look,
so what are they doing? People are just having sex on the page?
You get a subscription to their OnlyFans page and you can come in and watch their content.
And then they get money off of for you watching their content.
Yeah, because you got to pay for the subscription.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, I ain't going to lie. I know there's probably a few people who probably put themselves through school right now with their OnlyFans page. Shout out to y'all. But
yes.
Look, but
make a way for this not to get to our to not get to our children.
Yeah, that part. Because listen,
because now I know a lot of kids that have a Facebook right now, and as a parent, you allow it, and they like 12, 13 years old, 16 years old, and they have a Facebook. You're not supposed to be you got to be 18 or 21.
No, they change it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like 18 to 21. You have to be within that age. Okay. So if I'm allowing my child to put a fake date of birth on their Facebook where it makes it look like they're of age and they're not, and then this page gets to my children, then what?
Right.
Then what?
Listen.
I mean, not that they can't go on the internet and watch this anyway.
Yeah. Listen, Pornhub is a thing, so kids can find it.
They don't even got to do Pornhub. Mm-mm. They can just turn on TV.
Yeah,
period.
Yeah, softcore porn is definitely
everything's on TV right now. There's not, whether you watch Power, like Stars or HBO, anything. the regular TV shows has all type of stuff where they're showing stuff.
Yeah, not only are they showing stuff, like I've noticed a lot in all aspects of TV. Like I get gender inclusion,
right?
You know, but I'm not sure if there should be like an age limit to where you can start projecting that onto my kid.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, as a person, you have the right to choose what you want to watch.
Right.
As a parent, I have the right to deny my kid to watch certain things.
But the cartoons is even crazy.
Exactly.
It's like cartoons,
like
SpongeBob, right?
Yeah.
SpongeBob was cussing.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was rapping, like they had like this rapping segment of SpongeBob, and he was saying every time the dolphin was saying fuck.
Yeah.
And SpongeBob was repeating, but the whole thing of the content of it was trying to tell the kids like not to repeat after an adult.
Yeah.
But that was the adult's favorite word, like what the fuck.
Yeah.
But it was saying whoop whoop, you know,
right.
and but SpongeBob was
right.
And it's just like, okay, this is what my kids are learning.
Right. But I'm just gonna say this, a lot of people don't realize like SpongeBob was not really made for kids. It never was intended for that.
Oh, well, darn sure is.
Look, SpongeBob was something that should have been on Adult Swim from the beginning. Like, it's for stoners. It's really what it's for. Mm-hmm. Like, that's really what the creator, that's what it was created for. Like, it was turned.
I never knew that.
Look, it was turned into something for kids, but it's ultimately made for stoners.
Like, stoners, as in people that get stoned?
Yeah.
Like crack?
No, not stones. Not those things. No. Smokers, like, yeah.
Like get high.
Like they smoke.
Yeah, like weed smokers and shit like that. Like,
yeah, weed smokers also like, you know, but if
I'm not watching SpongeBob if I'm high.
Listen, that's what it was intended for.
That's rude.
Like, we wouldn't watch what
absolutely
that's
not
what, but that's what most of the animated stuff on Adult Swim, which would be American Dad, like
because they kept that
Family Guy.
Yeah, Family Guy is definitely an adult. You can tell that's an adult situation.
But those are all in this. They were all in the beginning meant for the same
for the same category.
Yeah, SpongeBob just so happened because it was a sponge.
SpongeBob got out of there. He said, "Nah, I'm talking to everybody.
Look, I'm in everybody's house.
Everybody.
At all times of the day or night, they run me in marathons. But if I'm not mistaken, didn't they just move it to like Teen Nick or something? Like it's no longer available for little kids.
Oh.
It's still
the kids can watch it. Like it's a lot. Like what I don't understand is that you say it's for kids, but you don't. Then you say it's not for kids. You have certain things that like what's them little ball people. Them little kids, they like bad. Bad. It's a cartoon. It's for adults. And it has the little circle people.
The Amazing World of Gumball.
Is that them? They all have names.
Listen.
They like little round ball, like they like people.
Little gumball people.
Right? No, not gumball. They got like they look little people. I don't know. It's like a funny.
It's a little pink one with big eyes.
No, one has a red hoodie and he ties his hoodie.
Are you talking about South Park?
Yes.
Girl, bye. That's for adults all day. That was never intended for a child.
That's what I said. Now that wasn't intended for a child, but you have SpongeBob that went from that to that to that.
Yeah. Like,
come on. Like let's pay attention to what is going on and what is being seen.
Yeah.
Like I like seeing the kids you see on Facebook and stuff, and the kids be singing the old school songs. I like that.
Yeah, I like it too.
The old school rappers.
But you know what else I like too? Old school cartoons. Can we go back to them?
Oh yeah, because these new animated cartoons be looking crazy. I can't watch them.
Listen, I get the anime cartoons. I understand those
feels like something's in my eyes. Sorry, go ahead.
They look different. They're speaking a different language. Like that whole part of animation is. I get that. That's supposed to look like that. Mm-hmm. This other type of it looks too real to me. I don't like. Not only does it like it, like digitization has evolved. Like drawings and arts actually become a huge thing.
Right.
And like, I get it. Everything, you want everything to look real, but can it not look like it's gonna walk out the screen and touch me?
Yeah. Like I watched the Care Bears, right? I was watching the Care Bears. Like it was this thing where it was like no, it was this thing where it was like comparing cartoons to the new with the new cartoons, like Care Bears. They had like the animated of our Care Bears, where now they look real. Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry don't look like Tom and Jerry that we grew up with. Tom and Jerry looks like they getting ready to come out of the TV.
But you know what? Like
Thundercats.
Like I understand.
Did you see the new Thundercats? Girl, they pissed me off.
Let me just tell y'all how I feel about these new cartoons. Okay, I don't watch them. If you want to remake, like I'm not watching the remakes. I don't want to see the remakes of the cartoons. Okay, unless you're going to remake the original ones from the beginning and remake every episode the same way it was.
Thundercats was my stuff.
Look,
that was my fit. Me and my brother sit down and watch Thundercats. Like it was. I love Snarf. Yeah, that's my man. Look, Snarf is the boy.
Look, my Snarf in them. Yeah.
But I have a whole collection of it. Like all of the episodes, I have that collection. Right. And I seen a new one. I said, and they're like, Thundercats. Oh, I'm like, that's not the way. It was like Thundercats. Oh, like you be in the house.
You be hype watching the Thundercats. Like,
and now they got it all dry and this. Like I just was like, oh, this looks wet.
Did you see the new? You know what? See they did the DuckTales?
Yes,
girl.
Yes,
I was so disgusted.
Yes, they got.
And anybody who knows me, they know that I am an 80s baby. I love cartoons. To this day, you can find me watching cartoons in the house on a Tuesday while I'm cooking dinner. Okay,
you know I'm good for that.
Look, cartoons is my stuff. I'm watching the Smurfs, Yogi Bear, like all of that. But
I knew Yogi Bear.
I don't watch them. I only watch the old ones. If I can't watch the old one, I ain't watching it because you're not about to screw up my childhood.
Right.
That's what y'all doing. Y'all here screwing up the adults' childhood.
Yeah, but like just like Tom and Jerry. Mm-hmm. Like Tom and Jerry. Remember when you never seen the lady's face in Tom and Jerry. You only seen her from you knew she had a big butt and she had big old boobs
and little feet.
Right, with a moo-moo on.
Right, with a moo-moo on.
With her broom.
Right, chasing.
And she tearing Tom up with Jerry. Yeah. She beating somebody up with the broom.
So I was getting
now with the broom. They have a woman's face on her. Now Tom and Jerry look like real animals. Like they look like they're about to come out with a movie of Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, no.
Like Tom and Jerry did not talk. Now Tom and Jerry is talking.
Right.
Like the whole point of Tom and Jerry was to watch Tom and Jerry, enjoy it,
right,
and laugh. Right. It was just a bunch of laughs.
Right.
Now they got them talking. Tom and Jerry talk. Tom and Jerry is not supposed to talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tell your children Tom and Jerry is not supposed to talk.
No. Tom and Jerry is talking. I'm leaving.
Right.
Y'all got it.
Right. This ain't no. We watched Care Bears for Karen. We watched the Smurfs
for life lessons.
Yeah, like they taught you all type. Yeah,
how to share and
right.
Like how not to be annoying.
What's the cat?
Azrael.
No.
Garfield.
Garfield.
Yeah.
He was the cat. He was the bad cat.
He was always trying to eat some.
Yeah, he loved lasagna, so it's like, oh, he liked lasagna. Mom, can we eat some lasagna? Right. You know, like art, and you learned something from these cartoons.
Yeah.
Listen, Tom and Jerry is not supposed to speak.
No, they're not.
They're not supposed to be talking.
And I don't know who told y'all that you were supposed to animate Fraggle Rock, but I'm over it.
And Fraggle Rock was the ish.
Okay, listen. John Hanson was the man.
Yes.
Okay, I don't care what nobody say. He was the absolute man because all them puppets and all them puppet shows and all that stuff, like that was the stuff. The Doozers, man, Fraggle Rock was everything.
Yeah, down with Fraggle Rock.
Right. Work your cares away.
Right.
Worries for another day.
Yes, that was like people don't understand.
Yeah.
Like Fraggle Rock was the bomb.
and that's just like, why?
Like all of this stuff that was like really fun and you learned something from it, you don't learn anything from these cartoons anymore. Like they threw Barney out. They say he was a pervert.
Okay, well, Barney was a woman.
Whoever Barney was, I used to like Barney.
Yeah, listen.
I like
Barney.
We watched Barney.
Barney was cool with me because Barney got you to clean up at the end of the day.
Right.
Like,
right.
Everybody, everywhere, clean up. Everybody do that.
Yeah, then it was like what them little things, them 3 little things.
Oh, the Teletubbies.
Teletubbies. I hated them.
I didn't like.
It made your kid talk like a baby.
Yeah,
that's what I like about them.
Yeah, and I didn't like Caillou either.
I liked Caillou.
Okay, so.
Like Caillou.
Yeah, Caillou was cool, but Caillou was a punk. Like
Caillou always wanted to be everybody's friend.
Right.
Caillou was the person that showed you how to be kind.
Well, that's.
But then them other little ones, I forgot the other little babies was right after Caillou. And it was like one of them looked like Annie. They was like cartoons. They was all different colors. It was like the girl was like purple, and then it was like blue, red. It was like, I don't know. Samaj and them used to watch when they was little kids. But that was okay because that showed like.
Look I understand. Like I don't know.
Yeah, It was like that.
I don't know.
But then what other cartoon did we have back in the day?
Let's see. Since we're talking the Jetsons.
Yes. Now, talk about the Jetsons. Did you see that it was all over the news? They just came out with the first flying car.
Oh.
Yes,
and they're gonna let y'all do that.
Me and Blaze was in the bed watching it. It was like, yo, the Jetsons.
Right.
I said, and the Jetsons made you look at life the way life is starting to turn for us now.
Well, at the end of the day,
computers.
That's what they say. That's what they say that TV and movies are.
Right.
TVs and movies are like a look into
your future.
Not even really your future, but things that are either have happened or are going to
happen.
Right,
like Bart Simpson.
Yeah,
he tells what's going to happen years later.
The Simpsons, they've been predicting the future for a minute.
Yeah, the Simpsons came out in the late 90s.
Yeah, look, and they right on time.
On everything.
Look,
everything.
Donald Trump for president. Look what we ended up with, y'all.
But what else? It was another cartoon that I used to like, and they used to skate, and it was like bears or something, and they had like a little clubhouse. Well, it wasn't a clubhouse; it was a train.
Oh, you talking about the Get Along Gang?
The Get Along Gang, girl. I used to love the Get Along Gang. The good cartoons compared to y'all kids.
Right. Listen.
What they have nowadays.
Even the Garbage Pail Kids was good.
Yeah, the Garbage Pail Kids.
The Pound Puppies was the joint.
Yes. Snorkel.
Yep. Snorks. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like it was good things back in the day.
Josie and the Pussycat started to go a little left for me.
Yeah.
But remember Great Bait?
Yes, and what's her name? That rock and roll pink hair girl?
Gem.
Yeah,
Gem was low. Yes. She was awesome.
Like we had good cartoons. Yeah. He-Man.
Yeah, He-Man.
I used to love He-Man. Yeah. But all of these good things, y'all need to take y'all kids, She-Ra.
Yeah.
Y'all need to take y'all kids and go Google or go. I'm sure everybody got a Fire Stick nowadays. Right. Go show them some real cartoons. They'll learn from us.
Yeah, like Disney is not really. I'm not gonna say Disney is bad because Disney had a lot of the good cartoons.
Right.
But I am noticing now that Disney had a lot of like disrespectful content, because if you have a Disney Plus subscription now, you can go like when you go on the older stuff.
Oh yeah, because I got it.
Like I've never got a disclaimer before I watched a Disney movie.
The Disney movies?
Like I got a disclaimer. That's how we doing. Y'all feeling like
it's just soda, guys. I just ginger ale.
Yeah. Like
Sally ginger ale. Nothing special. But the sad part is that this is how we grew up.
Right.
Like we grew up like this. The sad part for the kids nowadays is they have nothing. They don't have nothing. Like their cartoons are not cartoons.
No.
Their songs are not songs.
Like there's no being a kid anymore.
It's like they come out and say,
here's all the adult content.
They say iPhone.
Right.
Soon as the baby get out, you can take an iPhone to a baby and it
right.
take it away. It's like, ah! Put it back in her face.
Right.
Like they come out addicted to software.
Yeah.
They come out addicted to software. And that's terrible. And then your kids are just so mixed up into, like we played games, you know, we had Atari and things like that, but you played that on the weekends.
Right. Or you played that
or when you got a good report card or progress report.
Right. Or y'all sat down and played as a family, like, because my mom was a gamer.
Right.
So when I was a kid, we was all playing the game.
Right.
Like,
but other than that, then you had, you know,
trying to get homework done so fast so we can go play the game.
Right. Or other than that, you had different games,
like
board games, Monopoly.
Oh, Don't Wake the Dragon. I don't know if anybody ever played that game. Anybody ever remember that? With the egg, with the penguins, you got to get the egg back in the nest. And every time you press on the button, the dragon would roar.
Yeah, I used to like the hand too, where you had to click it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hungry Look,
you know, I had it, y'all. Y'all see my hand, right? I was pushing it. I knew what it was. Yeah, we had a lot. X-Ray.
Yeah, Operation. That's still around. You don't really. People don't play it, but they still advertise it.
Yeah, they still advertise.
The only thing about Operation was, first of all, you always lose the pieces.
Yeah, because it was so darn small.
Look, they're only this big.
Right.
And then
you end up with just a bone. And
right. The only thing that was ever left was the
bone. You lose everything. You lose the tweezers. You be like, oh, I got this bone.
And you be so mad, like, how do you lose the tweezers, but they're connected to the game?
Right.
Bro.
Yeah, on that little red string. Yes, it is. I never even thought about it. I don't know. That one bad little cousin.
Yeah, right. That one little bad cousin that thinks that, oh, if I touch it and stuff, I go around and get shot, then we try to stick it in things. That's the same one that goes and stick it in the outlet and be shocked in the hair or fall out. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Being messy, doing too much.
But that's funny because we had some good things back in the day, and nowadays they don't even have what we have. They don't even do what we do.
Even like the toys we had were better.
What about Double Dutch? These kids don't know nothing about Double Dutch.
No, they don't. They don't know nothing about
it. They not doing no double dutching. Even the summers, like remember when you would come out and you'll see auntie, uncle, you know, grandma, somebody outside on the porch enjoying life.
And
like
kids outside.
Nobody's outside. You go outside in the summer and nobody's outside. The kids don't even.
It's too hot.
I have a real boy though, because my boy likes to get outside. It don't matter what the degrees is. He outside on that bike.
Look, outside. But if I can ride the bike, I'm on the bike.
Right.
I'm out of here. See you later. Bye. So
but they don't even huffies. They don't ride bikes.
They don't ride bikes no more.
And play outside.
They don't go outside. They don't get dirty. Like
no.
You know, we as kids went outside and got the speech.
I loved a good mud pie. Okay.
Look, first of all,
put some of that grass on top.
Look, we always got the speech.
What?
Go change your clothes. Go outside. Don't lose nothing.
Sounds about right.
Look, don't lose.
And
anything.
if somebody hits you, you hit them back.
Right. Like, if you're not bleeding, don't come back here until 2:00 to check in.
And don't come home. Don't come to my house and you done got your tail beat.
Right.
Because I'm taking you back.
Yeah, you going back.
You either dealing with me or you going to deal with them again. Don't get punked in the street back in the day. Like, that was just a no-no.
That's just not going to happen.
That's probably why I am who I am.
Right. Look, and you know what? I kind of missed out on that part of life.
What?
Being able to get in the fights with people.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? It's not like I meant to do it.
I mean, no. Like it's like a thing with your kids get in the fight.
Yeah, but you just was like,
Look, kids get in the fight.
I missed out on that part.
And you know why I missed out on that part?
Why?
Because I have a mom who's crazy.
Yeah, mine's too.
So she comes. I get it. My
mom beat me up in the school.
Oh no,
okay?
no.
She don't care in the principal's office.
I that gets transferred to Pennypacker. First week in Pennypacker.
Mm-hmm.
And kids are cruel. When they don't know you, a kid. They talking. You're not saying nothing that's really irrelevant to me. So I'm not really paying no attention. Well, somebody decided. Well, I get picked up from school. My mom comes. Somebody comes out and tells my mom, like, oh yeah, they're picking on her, this and this and that. I was like, well, what? It happens. Not a big deal. She was like, Well, did somebody say they wanted to? I mean, that's what they said, but you know,
who cares?
Okay, whatever. That's not what I'm here for. You know, I got a purpose. At the end of the day, I was getting $100 a day. F y'all. Okay, listen. I need to be in all these.
I wouldn't have gave a effing nothing if it was $200 every A. Listen here.
Listen. So
I'd have been up top on somebody.
Oh, me coming from the school that I came from, like, because before I came to New Jersey, let me just be real clear. I was at an all-white school, everything. I was one of 2 black people in the whole district. Get your life. Okay? So it was like, just do what you gotta do and go to school and come home. There's not, like, no, because nobody was really bothering me.
Right.
I was like the person that everybody wanted to be friends with because I was the only black kid.
Right.
Like, so
and then you come to a black community.
Right. And then I come to a black community and I'm just regular, which is cool. I like being just regular.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The attention was kind of weird to me. So, like, I was cool with being just regular. And I'm thinking, like, okay, well, this is just what I have to go through, being a new kid.
What, being picked on?
Not picked on, but, like, you know, they're talking about you. Well, of course you want to talk about me.
I'm going up top.
It wasn't that important to me. Well, my mom felt as though
it was important.
Not that it was important, that she didn't want me to get suspended. Okay, that was the only. So my mom comes to school and she says she makes an announcement to the class, and anybody who was in my 2nd grade class will probably remember this day. Anybody who has a problem with my daughter, we live at 5 Clubhouse Drive. This is our phone number. Write it down. Tell your mom to call and make an appointment.
That's right, Mom.
Because my daughter's not getting suspended. Because see, at the end of the day, me going up top on you is not going to get me out of the ass when I'm going to get when I get home from fighting in school.
That's why I guess hello, Mom and Dad. I done got plenty of those. I'm telling you, not me. Not me. I go up top on you quick. I didn't care. And then I don't care about being a new kid. I was a new kid coming from Mount Holly and going to Willingboro. I was a new kid. And Martin Luther King. Listen here, I went up top on a couple of people. I never played that game.
But you know what? My whole upbringing was, as long as they keep their hands to themselves, they can say what they want.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And that's where I was at with it. Like, you ain't.
That was good.
Like, you're not touching me.
You were really listening.
Right.
Yeah. I was not listening.
Look, I was really listening.
I rebelled.
At the end of the day,
not me.
I
learned what?
Look, I learned early that it's fiscally responsible of me to listen.
No, because I'll still get what I want. Daddy, this is what happened. I had to go up top on her. Mom, this is what happened. I had to go up top on her. Yeah. You ain't gonna run around in school like you gonna keep like I'm the new kid. You gonna keep picking on me? No, I'm going up top on one of y'all, and I'm going up top on the biggest one.
Do you understand that we didn't have no time for that? Okay, the first day that there was a problem, she came back the next day.
Right.
So there was no.
No. I'm saying for you, like. I'd have knocked somebody in their head the first day. My mom ain't coming to the school. Listen, she gonna come to the school to come get me. And Memorial, middle school, look, I was gone.
That was a different story. Like,
I was gone.
Fights were necessary. Like when a fight was necessary, a fight happened.
No,
but as far as
it wasn't no necessary. Like some of them fights wasn't even necessary.
Listen,
it was just because you don't like my dog.
Yeah.
Boop bop. Just because Davida made me wear a skirt to school and knowing that I'm a tomboy and I don't want to wear a skirt.
Right. And I wanted to
I had my jeans and Timbs inside my bag and she decided to take them out.
Right.
And say, no, you're going to go to school the way I tell you to go to school. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? You're picking me up from school. Yeah. That's how I thought. I got good grades. I got Township Achievement Awards. I got all that stuff. But play? Nah, I ain't playing with you. Look. I was mad at my mom. I'll never go to school. And what? You want me to put a pleated skirt on with this? No, I ain't going. All right, I'm going. You'll be up there 5, 4, 3. And as soon as homeroom is over, boop bop. I just hit the first person I see.
The first person you seen.
Now come up here.
Yeah, now you got.
Now I'm getting beat up in the school by my mom. I'm cool with that.
Right.
I'll take that L. But guess what? Y'all can laugh and do whatever y'all want to do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, guess what?
Yeah.
You got your tail beat.
Right.
So you can watch me get my tail beat from my parent. We all get that.
It happens to everybody.
But when it comes down to you, oh no, I got to step off with your head.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not even playing that game with you. But yeah, I don't know. Hi, Tay. Good afternoon. Yeah, but back then, I don't know. I calmed down a lot when I got to about 8th or 9th grade because I started being with a older crowd, and I started being with the older people, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then high school,
or either that,
it kind of switched. But I was still fighting in high school, but I didn't fight as much as I did.
Like I never really
school.
had those. Like I never really had that issue where like I always had to be aggressively in a fight with people. Like I was never like that, and it was always for me like if I was disrespected, you knew about it.
Well, yeah.
You know
see, I hung with the guys, so it was like Hawthorne against Twin Hills.
Right, yeah.
So I hung with the guys. So guess what? It was
when they fought, we fought.
We got it in. I'm like the only girl with the guys, so I'm just. And it still happens like that. Hello.
I got taken to
all my brothers
and picked up. The only time I was ever allowed. Memorial was the only time I ever was able to be with other people going to school.
Well, yeah, because you went to what? Pennypacker. So you had to be. Oh no, Pennypacker right there.
Right across the street.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. Walk to school where?
Yeah, I was. All my schools was right there.
Yeah, you walking.
I'm walking.
Like I did none of that.
Memorial Middle School. That was right across the street.
I got bused to Memorial.
Well, yeah, because you live on the other side.
I lived on the other side, and I walked to the high school.
Yeah.
But by that time, it didn't really make a difference whether I was walking or not because I'm about to be driving.
But wasn't nothing like a good fight after school?
Right, and I used to always miss all the fights. You used to see them at the JFK as my bus was going past.
Yeah. All the good fights. Everybody, I don't care what year you graduated, wasn't nothing. Everybody remembers that one fight that you've seen.
Yeah.
Like without you being on that bus, there was one good fight you can remember and be like, yo, such and such knocked her head off or he knocked his head. It's always that one good, you get that good fight in school. Yeah. Either in class or in the hallway.
Like, do you remember like back in the day in Memorial, like Memorial was like, are we going to make it to the next class or not? Because the hallway was the fight.
Right.
Everybody in the hallway was in the fight. And you could either kick your head down and make it to class. Like, there was a time I got kicked out of school. Literally.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get kicked out of school because I did something wrong. Like, literally, there was a fight in the hallway, and I got kicked out because I was at the end of the hallway.
No, I got kicked out.
Look,
I had to go back in front of the district.
And you know what? I think the reason I didn't have those type of problems is because the police, everybody was scared of my mom.
Yeah, I knew all of
them. No. It's not about knowing them. They were afraid of her. Like,
yeah, so but you gotta think. My dad was a wrestling coach. My mom was a wrestling coach. My dad was track and field. My mom, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
Davida didn't play no games.
Right.
She'll go up top on somebody, but
yeah,
at that time you don't pay attention to stuff. Like I wasn't worried about. I'm like, you know what? I was the kid, the way my kids are now.
Right.
Like, all right, fine. You say been in the house by 8 o'clock. I walk in here at 8:03, 8:30, and I'll get punched on. All right, but I gotta go to school tomorrow, so I'll see my friends. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I'm on punishment and I can't go nowhere this weekend.
But all week.
That means I'm not coming home from school. What are you talking about? I'm not coming home. You got me on lockdown all day, so I'm not coming home. I'll walk in the house and get another beating because I'm walking in the house about 6 o'clock, and I was supposed to be home. Memorial right across the street. By 2:45, I should be home.
In the house. Yeah, you should be in the
house. Nah. I'm going to hang out with the fellas. We getting ready to just go chill. No. Yeah. That's the kid I was.
Right.
But still, I wasn't the dumb kid that didn't get their work done, though. You know, like some kids are just, they get like in all of that, in that mix, and then you don't get your work done. Right. You don't get, I got all that done because my parents didn't play that schoolwork.
Yeah.
So I got all that done. It was just, my attitude just was like, okay, all right, well, what am I going to do? I'm already in trouble. This is how my mind used to work. Like, I'm already in trouble.
I can't get
my dad said, I got to be home by 2:45 or the door is locked. It's 2:47. The door is locked. So I might as well party like a rock star out here because I'm going to get my butt kicked when I get home.
Right.
But tomorrow is Wednesday.
Well, listen.
So I'm going back to school. Y'all ain't going to keep me out of school. So I'm going back to school.
Yeah.
But see, back in the day, it was so much easier because sometimes your parents didn't even know you were suspended. You know what I mean? Like they didn't even know. Like the phone calls would come, but the voice, the little what is that?
The pink slip?
No, them things, them answering services back in the day. You just
right.
go in there and play and delete that last message. Doop doop, right. Doop doop. And your parents just get what they're supposed to get
right.
from the bill collectors. Or for auntie and uncle. That's right. How I work life.
Yeah. I didn't have those types of luxuries. Because put it this way, my mom is like I am now. Knows everything. So before I even got home from school, she was asking me about the fights. Like I couldn't even, you ain't even gonna give me a chance to tell you about my day. You telling me about
Samita used to walk to the school, honey, and stand there.
Oh yeah.
And I used to see her and beeline her. Like they'd be like, yo, Sean, Miss Dean at the corner. Oh yeah? Everybody huddle in a circle, get me the hell. We going left. You on the right hand side corner? I'm on the right corner, making that right, left, right. Right. I'm getting out of here. I don't know why I was like that. But then that's why I can't, like, sometimes I get on my kids, but I can't really be mad at them because you know how your parents say, you know what?
Your kid is gonna be 10 times worse than you.
And they not 10 times worse than me. I can definitely say that, but they just
play too much.
Their timing is like how mine was.
Mm-hmm.
Like their timing. Hannah, she ain't getting a bunch of mess in school. Like Hannah wasn't that type. Nah, Maji, you gotta bother him for him to like just black. But me, I just be like,
it's Wednesday.
Oh well.
Like it's Wednesday.
I don't even care. What you say, Mr. Hutton? What? All right, what? In school? Yeah, okay. I'll be inside somebody else's. I'm getting the hell up out of here.
See you later, bye.
As soon as they put me in school, I'm hitting that back door. Beeline, boom, hit the door. I'm gone. And Mrs. Schuler and them, what they gonna do? She was young, but she wasn't old. She was young. She was old young. So she was still in that middle class where she couldn't chase nobody. I was in track.
Look, see you later, baby. See you later.
Right. Like we're young.
See you tomorrow. It's fine.
No, but Miss whatchamacallit, that one security guard, what's her name? That little short one, Miss
Girl. Jones, is it? I think it's Miss Jones.
I don't know, but she was a track star. And I call myself running. We all just, you know how I used to hit the back door and it'd be all of y'all? It'd be like 50 of y'all. You'd be like, 1, 2, 3, boom. And everybody just go. Yeah. Security coming. Officer Schuler. No.
Officer.
It was something. Dag Jarrell. I don't know if
and she's still,
she's
still in the school.
No, she's retired. Yeah, she retired last year.
She was, but she was still in the school. My sister was there. So
yeah, and she was there with Hannah in there. But she just retired last year. But she hawked us down. Yeah. I didn't even realize that she was in track until I went to track. I went to track practice. She caught my ass. I gave up. I just let her come on and bring me back to the school. I didn't even care at this point. Right, like, we had a long walk because I done hopped gates like they was hurdles, and she's on me. Vroom, vroom, she's on me. I ain't know where I was coming. How? I know every time I went over the gate, I looked back and she on me like a cartoon. Like Dad, you know what? I made it all the way by the McDonald's and Garfield's from Willowboro. So just imagine how many hops I did. And she really was on me. So I just gave up on her.
She definitely was not trying to let you go.
Right. And then we walked back. Mm-hmm. We got a long walk back. Let's figure this out. What you gonna do?
Right.
You calling my mom and dad? You ain't got to. If you ain't call their parents. They still running. Right. At least don't call mine. But it was so much sweeter back in the day when. And
I was always the one that I kind of never got in trouble. I was always able to get away with everything.
Right.
Like I was that one.
No.
Like I did dirt, but I always did my dirt like by myself because you were gone. I was by myself.
Right.
So it was like who am I doing dirt with? By myself.
Right.
Like I can cut school by myself.
But that's how it was back in the day. Like when you could do it by if you was cool like how you said, yeah, you can do it by yourself because it was like who's gonna tell on me?
Yeah, like who's gonna tell on me?
But it wasn't nothing like back in the day. Just being able to just go. Yeah. Just go.
And that's the one.
And you had your little clip.
That was one of the things that I missed.
What?
Is being able to like go.
Like, yeah, I just enjoyed.
Like I didn't do a lot of things in life until I was an adult. Like I didn't get on my first city bus until I was 19.
City bus?
Yeah.
What, like a bus like 409?
Yeah.
Honey.
I was like 19.
I still ain't been on one. I don't like buses. Sorry. Call me bougie. Call me what you want.
No.
I put the fist right in front of it.
I got on the city bus when I was 19.
You know when I got you're lying.
No, man.
We've been on city buses. You know where we've been on city buses? Going when we is cheerleading and doing all that. Then city bus will come pick you up, or get on a school bus. If you're going on a long trip, the city bus will come pick you up to school. The church or somebody will rent something. You be on it that way.
Yeah.
But as far as me, like standing at a bus stop, no.
Yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. Like we cheerleading competitions. Yeah, we get on city buses all the time. But I'm talking about a bus.
Catching a bus.
Like catching a bus that makes stops.
I can't even read a bus schedule.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I caught the bus for the first time. I was 19 years old. Somebody who I was cool with convinced me to like take this ride with her. Like she's going to go see her boyfriend. We're going to go to Atlantic City. They're going to record in the studio. We're going to have a good time. All this is well and great. Okay. You talked me into going. My mom's pushing me to go out anyway. She's like, you don't ever go nowhere. You're always in the house. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go out. Ride the bus down to Camden to go meet her little boyfriend. This is the reason why I don't ride the city bus anymore. I got a car and I drive because we get down there. Her understanding of the situation was not what the fact of the situation was.
Honey, it just don't feel right to me. I don't know.
We got on. No, we get down there. We catch a little train across. Like
now, see, I being in the city. Like I used to go to the city with, go with Leah, Mary Lou's. Go to see Naya or somebody, we'll go and we would just get on the train.
Listen.
Like get on the get the train, get on the train, and we'll be in Brooklyn or Harlem or wherever we at the time, and we go subways. We ain't never catch too many buses. We did subways, but I was always doing that. I wasn't 19, but just to do it on my own, like I lived in Philly for 5 years, I absolutely not. I don't like the way the germs are. People be coughing. You got people standing over you. I can't do it. And I don't have the way this is set up. Well, the way this used to be set up. Yeah. Because I'm far from the person that I used to be, but my temper used to run hot. So all it took is for somebody to be standing over me, and I'm like, "Yo, can you move?" And they say something slick. That's it. And we're fighting on the bus.
Right.
But it's just too germy, Like it's just too much going on a bus. You got this person, stinking, and it just be too much.
So we get on the bus, get on a little train thing, then we find out that the information that she got was not the information that was supposed. That nothing that she said.
So now you just lost.
No, forget lost. I'm stuck. Because the last train coming back had already left.
Oh yeah, by 11 o'clock.
Girl,
10 o'clock. Yeah.
I'm all the way down in someplace. I'm in Camden. Okay, listen.
Someplace I'm in Camden.
Look, before I ever knew anything about coming to Camden, I never knew anything about public transportation anywhere. Okay, I rode the Greyhound. Okay, I went 4. I don't know anything about Peter Pan, Trailways. I don't know nothing about them buses.
Really?
No, Greyhound.
Now I know about all the buses. I just never,
like
that wasn't my thought of transportation.
Look, but when I'm getting on the bus, I'm going hours away. Like I'm going 4 when I get on the bus. I'm not getting on no bus that's stopping every 10 blocks. Like I'm not getting.
Yeah, like Atlantic City. The closest thing I got on Atlantic City, like going there on the summers, is like the Jitneys. The Jitneys back then just ran you a quarter. Right. And it dropped you off at each corner, wherever you wanted to go when they brought them Jitneys to Atlantic City. That was a bus, but it wasn't a bus, you know, because
Right.
you get on and boom, you only going to like 3 blocks for a quarter.
Right.
Boom, you hit the button and it'll let you out.
But you're not going anywhere. First of all, if anybody knows New Jersey public transportation, that every bus ride is at least an hour long. Like if you going someplace to get to your destination, you're gonna be on a bus an hour. If you're going from here to Trent, from Boulevard to Trent, an hour plus.
Yeah,
like,
because they stop it everywhere.
Yeah, right. I don't know nothing about that.
Sentiments and Delran, all that. You
me,
coming down.
Look, could you imagine me my first time on any kind of public transportation, and now I'm stranded in Camden at the transportation center that's closed?
No.
Okay.
And you know, I knew it had to, for you to come to Camden, that had to be an extra little scary for you, because if you're not used to coming to some place like this,
listen,
you come to Camden,
I'm gonna tell on myself, okay? I'm gonna just tell on myself. I would come to Camden, me and my homegirl in the car. We would take her aunt's car, put our little 50 cents, $1 worth of gas in it, and go ride around and joyride for the day.
Right.
Can we come down, get our little, go back and do what we was doing? But I'm in the car. I'm not in the public transportation. No, I'm not doing any of those things. So for me to be 19 years old in the middle of at nighttime
in Camden,
look at nighttime.
Oh, you were shook.
Look, forget being shook. I don't care about none of this. How I'm getting home?
Yeah, because you stuck.
Okay, stuck because there's no train running until the morning.
Right, 6 o'clock.
Huh.
Look at me, 6 o'clock.
Right. Who's not getting home? First of all, I'm not calling Jackie to come get me because she don't drive in Camden. Okay? She don't. Her car don't even come to Camden on no day. Okay, that's not what she's doing. But my mom's scary anyway. She don't drive in Philly. She don't drive in New York.
Mm-hmm.
She'll drive the Turnpike.
Right, the regular.
Look,
yeah, she's going regular. She's keeping it safe. I don't blame her.
Go ahead, Mom. Look, that's what she's driving. She's not doing this local someplace she ain't never been. Roads all bumpy and sore about. No, she's not doing that. So I can't call her like, oh, come get me.
So how the heck did you get there?
How the heck did I get home? Thank you, Camden Transportation Authority.
Oh, she.
Thank y'all. Okay, I do not remember his name. It has been many years ago.
See, that's when I used to run. You know. But for me, I had older. You know, my family's big,
right?
So I ran with my Nita.
My family little. Let me tell you.
Yeah, see, I ran with my family.
I got y'all.
I had my Aunt Nita. I had Aunt Tracy. I had kind of chatted
I had Jackie, Gilbert, and Maya didn't come until I was 9. And where's she going? Because she's 9 years younger than me.
Right.
So where am I going?
See, no.
Nowhere.
No.
Like, listen, if I wasn't getting dropped off and picked up, I wasn't going.
Right.
Unless I was with y'all.
Right.
Like, unless I'm with somebody that she know, like, oh, yeah, you can go with them. Like, I know they parents going to be, I know you not.
Then that's fine.
Then that's fine. Other than that, listen, the furthest I went was to the skating rink.
Oh, well, yeah. No,
and look, and then, when the Milk Bar and all them little clubs started opening up, if I could get it, I had to find a ride one way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to find somebody to go with whose parents going to come pick us up and bring us home.
Oh,
like, a lot.
Right.
So, as a kid.
Yeah, because I remember her on us with cheerleading, like when we used to do cheerleading. But I got around. I used to I had the Uncle D. You know, I had.
Yeah, you had somebody.
Yeah, like we had like our families is big, so it's like if you're not with the Parkers, the Deans, the Daniels,
But and another thing,
the Harrises,
so big.
Yeah, we're huge.
Your family is so big, and your family is big right here.
Yeah, like it's like first house, everybody.
Like if I was being in Pittsburgh, that was a whole different ballgame. Being in Pittsburgh is for like you being here.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Pittsburgh, I could go anywhere.
Right.
Anywhere. I could be on any part of the city.
And you got family.
There's family there, but I could I'll go there.
Yeah.
And look, I didn't have to know nothing. Even as a kid, I don't have to know my way around.
Yeah, but it's enough family.
Look, all I have to do is say I'm with one person.
Right.
I could be.
Yeah, that's how it is when back in the day. That's how it was.
Yeah, that's how it was.
When you was younger, and everybody can relate to that. Like when you're younger and you had that. If you didn't have the opportunity to be out, and then when you got the chance to be out, it was like
when I got
this
the
is
chance
the bomb.
When I got the chance to be outside,
girl, I was at Club Fever and I was only like 14. I was at Club Fever. What? I We outside.
When I got the chance to be outside, that's exactly where I was outside.
Yeah, I remember seeing Biggie Smalls for the first time at Club Fever. For the first time, this is when he first started coming out, and he had that was like his second or third show,
right?
And he did it at Club Fever, and they booed him off of the stage at Club Fever. About 2 months later, he rocking.
Everybody said like,
it's Biggie Smalls. I'm like, yo, we seen him at the club. Like, that's the man. But I got out because I had older family members.
Right.
Like, and I stuck underneath Aunt Nita. And then, back then, you got to think you had a lot of fun too, because that's when your parents was allowed to bring, you can go in the bars. Yeah. And you sit back there and you got your cousins, coloring book.
Right.
Somebody's cooking in the bar. Grandma might be back there frying up some chicken and some potato salad. They're going to give y'all some food at y'all table. And then you wait until they get intoxicated.
Right.
And now they paying you $1 to get out there and dance. And you having fun. And you ain't, that's back in the day we were allowed. You didn't have to have a babysitter.
Absolutely not.
You know what I mean? Your parents be like, all right, well, if it was babysitting, it was all of y'all with y'all bigger cousins or aunts.
Whoever was the oldest stayed with the kids.
But this is the thing. I was sitting down and myself, Aunt Nita and Aunt Cheddar, we were sitting there and talking, right? I'm 43. They're only 40, 45, and 46, I want to say, or 40, 46 and 47. But it's only almost 2.5 years between us. So one day we were sitting there like, how was our baby? They like, how was we babysitting you?
Yeah, we was babies.
We was all babies, but that's the respect that you had for your bigger, aunt. For your bigger family members. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was like a respect level. You never disrespected them. But people don't have that nowadays. No. These kids don't have that. They think they can say and do whatever they want to do when they want to do it, when they want to say it. Yeah. And then when their head gets smashed off, then I'm calling DIFUS.
I'm only a kid.
It's DIFUS is at my door, or the school wants to call me and you got a problem. So I go up top on them because you're calling me because you're telling me my child did something. And if I feel as though that my child is in the wrong, I'm correcting the situation, but you call DIFUS on me.
Right. Listen.
So now it gives the kids like a barrier against the parents, like.
My thing was.
There's nothing.
I used to always tell my kids, listen, we live in a democracy. The United States.
You don't know how to watch no kids, Gregory.
Look, we said the United States is a democracy.
He said when you watched me, you used to let me run wild, Cha-Cha. But you're my brother. Like, what the heck? We all ran wild.
My thing was, with the kids, it's like, the United States is a democracy. They tell you that in school. Mm-hmm. The place that you live in this address is not. It's a monarchy. I pay the bills here. Right. I feed you, clothe you, instruct you.
Yeah, that's the way we grew up.
So with that being the case, go sit down somewhere.
Right. But that's how we grew up. You know what I mean? Like, and we knew what we were supposed to do. You know, like you're not going to stand in a grown person's face or grown people just having a conversation. Like, you don't jump on you don't go sit on Uncle Larry's lap. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're too big for that. You're not a baby. If you're over 2, you ain't sitting in Uncle Larry's lap. No. You know what I mean? Like you can walk, you doing things in your life. You don't do that. You're being fresh.
Right. And that's when you learned about being
fresh.
But
when we was coming up as kids, like it was a respect boundary.
But you know what else there was too back then? There wasn't everybody in your business. Because grandma could whoop that ass. You can get your butt whooped at any given time.
Yeah.
And wasn't nobody saying nothing.
You don't say nothing to grandma. You get beat by everybody
in the neighborhood.
Everybody in the family.
In the neighborhood.
I heard you did da da da. Oh, well, I heard you did da da da. Like that, it was like whisper down the lane with a butt whooping. Like I'm gonna beat you.
And the thing about that is, that used to be a thing that was allowed.
Right.
They never said anything.
I think what the United States messed up on is when they brought DYFS into the picture. If that, you know, and the crazy part is what I don't like about DYFS is when it comes down to stuff like that, I can call DYFS on you knowing you have a beautiful house.
Right.
You take care of your kids. You feed them every day. You know, like, you have the perfect life, but because I'm hating on you,
because I said,
or I got an attitude with you, I'm gonna call DYFS on you. Now DYFS is at your door, like, well, we were called that you were abusing your kids.
No,
abusing what?
Right. How am I?
That's the only thing that I don't like about DYFS. They're not on the people that they should be on.
Not only that,
like, come on.
Look, at the end of the day, who are you to define what is abuse? Because is it disciplining my kid? Is that what you consider abuse?
The rules are open hand from the waist down. You are not permitted to hit your child in their face, their chest, their arms, their mouth, nothing. You are supposed
you want to avoid all vital organs.
Just this is the back tail, and this is what you're supposed to hit. Right. But my thing is if you're not supposed to use a weapon. They use a belt is a weapon nowadays, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, well, guess
did y'all know that?
Listen, I didn't.
It's a weapon.
I thought it was a weapon when it was a whip instead of a belt, but you
right.
know,
but it's a weapon now. Like you can get assault charges on your child for beating your child with a belt because it's assault and battery because you're supposed to beat them with an open palm. Okay. That's what it says. Open palms.
So my personal thinking on the situation is if I've carried this baby and grown this baby in my womb, I went through how many hours of labor or had to get cut open.
Talk about it.
That belongs to me. I'm gonna do what I want.
But it doesn't. So let me flip the script.
The baby belongs to the state. Yeah.
It belongs to the state because if you know anybody out here that's pregnant, you had the baby, you still have your baby. If you don't have all that residential custody shit, like that's not custody of your kid. Yeah. You are supposed to
file paperwork
as soon as while you're in the hospital. But the hospital does not tell you that.
Right.
So as soon as that baby comes out, when you and that father sign that birth certificate, you're supposed to the hospital is technically supposed to come to you.
Yeah, it's supposed to come to you.
And give you the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that.
Don't do it.
So if they don't do that and offer that, then and if you have not did that offer, this is why the state can step in your home and take your children because you are supposed to go out of that hospital. If they didn't give you that paperwork or you didn't ask them for that paperwork, go downtown and file custody for your child because otherwise, if you don't have the custody through the state and you don't claim custody over your child, the state has your child. That's how they can come in.
And that's why DHS was created, so that they can avoid not telling you and that they have custody of the children.
Right. Because they get paid off of it. It's paid benefits.
And the crazy thing about it is you're actually at home. A lot of people are at home taking care of their kids that ain't really their kid, getting put on child support. Why am I paying child support when I'm taking care of the state's kid?
Well, once you go on child support, you already in the state. So now both of y'all, once you go to any type of court session about that child, whether y'all done had a fight, y'all going through, residential custody, now the judge will say, okay, custody goes to the mother or custody goes to the father. Also, residential custody goes to the father or goes to the mother. Once they give you both of those things, and then you're on child support, the child does belong to you.
No, but what I'm saying.
But you got to go to court in order for them to even put you on child support.
No, listen to what I'm saying to you. Okay, so I have a baby.
Right.
The baby is born. Mm-hmm. The baby technically belongs to the state if I don't ask for the paperwork, or if I don't take it and file it myself.
Right.
So I'm supporting a kid that belongs to the state. Where's my child support?
You have the baby.
Why are you paying? Why aren't you paying me to?
That's where they are. That's where they tell you that's when you get your tax money and stuff back. When you get your taxes back, when you like the pandemic now, you know, like last year when they was giving you $1,500-$1,600 per child. Like that's your baby. But ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go to court and go get custody of your kids, because people don't be realizing like that's real.
Yeah, it's important.
It's real, and I only knew it because when myself and Ryan, I think we had to get passports or something, and I had to get it for Hannah. And then that's when we was like, wait a minute, what? And it's like, did you? So that's when me and Ryan, we went up there and signed the papers and made sure we both had custody of this child. We didn't even know. Hannah might have been like 6-7 months then, but nobody told us.
Right.
Until we went to go get some passports and found out, you know, you have to have proof that this child is yours, and you know you got to show birth certificate. We have no custody papers, so they sent us to the 4th floor or some shit. Yeah. We had to write all this. Like that's crazy. That's why the state don't have a problem giving you food stamps.
Right, they don't have no problem.
Have you given you Medicaid, because they're taking care of that child. Mm-hmm. That's it. Like you just be like, okay, I ain't getting paid off of this. They looking at you like you on Section 8.
Yeah.
You got Medicaid. Mm-hmm. You getting food stamps. You get all welfare benefits of being a parent. But yeah, you got to make sure you go to court and get custody of your child. A lot of people don't know that. But if you don't know that, that's why you have to go through so much.
Right.
When you do go through with your daughter's with the mother of your child or the father of your child, you have to go through so much because nobody has residential custody and nobody has regular custody. Yeah. You have to have your first custody first. That's why if you ever pay attention to the judge, he says mother, father, custody.
Right.
Mother, father, head of household, and primary caregiver of this child, and you have the residential custody. When you get those, that's why they mention that so many times when you're in court. If you didn't know, just something for the mind. You guys aren't thinking.
Yeah, that's something you have to really be. I'm just having my baby at home. That way you ain't got to bother with me.
But the baby still needs to be taken care of.
I got it.
Yeah, but they still gonna have you. You can have you. They got. Matter of fact, you know who does that? Nyree Vaughn. Mm-hmm. Nyree does that now. So she'll come to your house and she'll nurse you. She'll take care of your baby. She'll make sure you have your baby. Like she does all of that. But that paperwork still got to be filed. That birth certificate still got to be filed.
Hey, Bridge.
Like it's crazy how some of these darn, rules and regulations are when it comes down to trying to get, if you need any help and you try to get help from the state, it all depends on what you're doing. And that's why they make it so damn hard for you to even be able to succeed in life.
Yeah. And you know how you always get the most stupid calls? Like there's money waiting for you. And I always wonder, is that something like from the government for something that they never paid to you?
Oh, yeah.
Like
you never know. But make sure y'all go out here and make sure if you are a grandparent, make sure you tell your children.
Yeah, claim your kids.
You got to claim that baby. And you know what? I ain't trying to be shiesty, but if somebody ain't doing it, at least you go do it.
Good afternoon, Blaze. I'm super, super late, but I missed you.
But you go do it. If there's stuff going on, just go up there and fill out the paperwork. Now you ain't even got to go nowhere. They'll send it right to you on the computer. Sure, you tap it in, boom, and go to court with it and get primary caregiver and custody of your child. Like that's just. It's just that simple. It's just waiting on a stupid court date is what the problem is.
Yeah, backlog in court is ridiculous.
Right. Family court, all that court. But reality is that back in the day, we didn't have. You got beat.
Yeah.
Okay. You asked for that tail to get beat. You gonna get beat. And that's just what it was. You accept your wrongs or whatever. If you was in a fight and you and your cousins and it's a whole crew of y'all, everybody getting beat. Just not one singled out. Everybody getting the ass whooping. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. Now, they put rules and regulations on how you are supposed to treat your child now. Like open hand. Don't do this. Don't do that. You yell at your kid or cuss at your kid, they look at that as violence. Like, listen, then how about this? Don't call me.
Right.
Don't call me. If you're going to call, if you
I'm gonna
call somebody
like,
on me.
I'm going to just tell you like this. If those things are considered violence against children, why are they not considered the same violence against adults? That's
assault. Somebody, if somebody smacked the shit out of you, that's assault. If somebody spit at you, that's assault. If somebody put their hands on you and shouldn't, and it's assault. So they use it the same way as they would use a child.
They don't.
They use it as an adult. They use the children and adult. Now the kids got rights. They can take you to court as long as they're 13 and they can speak for themselves. Your child can speak against you. Your child can take you to court now and say, I don't want to be here. And this is what it is. And that's what you got to accept. If it's good enough for the judge, then the judge will allow your child not to live there, allow your child to sue you of your bad parenting. Even though, it's a lot of pink people because us Browns don't play with our parents like that.
We don't play with them.
No, I don't.
I'm 40
I'm
years
good.
old. I ain't playing with Jackie like that.
Right. I'm not doing none of that. But it's kind of crazy because when you think about it, it's like the rules that they lay.
They don't apply to us.
They lay these grounds on these kids.
But the same rules don't apply to us.
Why do you say that?
Because at the end of the day, if the pink people say it's a crime, it's only a crime when they feel it's a crime. Because guess what? We get abused every day as brown people. And every day they tell us it's not a crime. So you can't have it both ways. If I can get in trouble for assaulting my kid, what you call assaulting my kid, and I call it disciplining, and you go out here and put your knee on somebody's neck and you call it disciplining, why is it not the same thing? You see what I'm saying? It's not the same thing.
But you done went deep with slavery and all that. I wasn't even going that top.
Listen.
I wasn't going that far. Listen. I was just saying like assault is assault, and that's how they do it now. Like smack your kid, that's assault.
It's not really. It's a thing, but
go after the people that's taking cigarette butts and burn them on their kids.
Right.
Go out there and get people that the children are coming to school dirty every day and smelling.
To school and they're just they're all
right.
Sick
leave us is alone. Yeah. But I don't have no kids no more. My babies is huge.
Listen, mine are
they big kids.
Yeah, right.
But I think it's just unfair. And then they have it in the schools. Yeah. Now in the school when we was going to school. No, mama coming up there. Daddy's coming up there, and it was no problem. You can get beat in front of the class.
Look, the whole class.
The whole class. Your parent can stand you up there in front of the class and embarrass you and tear that tail up.
Yeah.
That was not against the rules. Now, try that if you want. You even act like you come into a school and grab this child too aggressive.
Look, if you come into the school aggressively.
Right.
For any reason,
they lock you up.
You at the door and call the police on you.
Right.
ASAP. They're not gonna let it.
Like we don't know, the child was acting up and the parent might do something and I don't like the way her reactions are to this and this.
Right.
Or his reactions to the way he's talking to his son.
I don't like his tone of voice after he's being
aggressive. So here comes Dyfus stepping in my life.
Minding my business.
Right.
And here go Karen and little Jenny talking about, well, I feel like you shouldn't speak to your kid like that. Listen. Until you carry this one,
right?
Birth it, feed it, and clothe it every day,
right?
Mind your business,
right?
Stay like I'm not saying that you're supposed to run around and abuse and beat on your kid like your kid get bad grades and you just whipping them and you just hanging them from doorways.
But beatings did good. Beatings were good.
Beatings taught you respect.
That's how I look at it.
Boundaries.
I don't regret none of my beatings. I hope my parents don't regret none of the beatings they gave me.
I'm gonna tell you
because
right
I deserved every last one.
I remember getting beat up underneath the table and couldn't go nowhere. That same table is in my kitchen right now. And every time I look at the table, you know what it reminds me? To get my work done.
Right.
To do what I'm supposed to do. Like, listen.
I mean, that's why I said I hope my parents don't feel. Parents will feel bad when you got a real good
parent. Yeah.
When they beat you. Like somebody, it was those days where they was like
they kind of feel bad.
Yeah, but they talking to you and beating you.
Oh yeah.
Like this is why I'm beating you.
Yeah.
You be like, shut up.
Yeah. Right.
And your body like,
right. You don't know what to do.
But then they come in there and explain to you why. Right. I think we, that was like that was a good thing. Yeah, that was a good thing because it taught me.
The explanation was, I think, is the problem. Because you remember, it went from you getting disciplined and you getting told, when you're telling why you were getting your beat or after you got your beat, you still got told.
You getting the beat.
You still got told why.
Right.
So that you wouldn't do it again.
Right.
And it came to a point where it was now, don't ask me no questions, don't talk back to me. You're getting your behind whooped. Well, why? Now you getting beat for asking why.
Right. Don't even buckle your eyes the wrong way. Like,
right. Yeah, listen.
Like, what?
If you don't look, if somebody is talking
before
to
you can even think, your face has already spent around.
Look, like Daffy Duck.
You like an owl.
Okay,
you
like
done.
Daffy Duck. You
right.
beak on the back. So, but it was so much easier.
I think if diapers wouldn't be involved so much and be involved in people's business that needs them to be in their business, and the kids that need to be
because at the end of the day,
smacked around a little bit. Smack their asses around. Sometimes,
and I think that's the problem with a lot of the kids in this generation. Not only do they not know about getting a beat in for disciplinary reasons, but those are the same ones that are out here shooting people because they're afraid to get their butt whooped.
Not true, because I know a couple of the kids that have done some stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? Their parents don't play that. They get beat up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like they have all that. It's just they rebel.
Right.
And they're rebelling in a different way because guess why? Diapers says no.
Right.
Don't put telling them they have health class.
Yeah, and
that will tell these kids dial 911 or this is the diapers number 611. Right. Dial this number on your phone and here comes diapers.
Okay, well guess what?
Like no diapers. No. My mom used to be like, all right, cool, let them come.
Right.
And I'm gonna beat you up.
Right. And they're gonna take you.
And don't come back. And you'd be like, don't come back. Like when your parents would say that we give you away.
Look, first of all, take me where?
You're going with these strangers and they're not gonna treat you the way you're not gonna get and that really comes to your door. You're like, oh no, I didn't mean it.
First of all,
mommy, no.
I learned from little. That's not you don't call them.
But they didn't have that. They had diapers out when you was coming up. They didn't have diapers when I was coming up.
Look, child welfare services, yeah.
No, but I don't even remember in elementary school, middle school,
but see,
maybe high school. I kind of 12th grade, 97.
I think when I was growing up, it was child welfare services. So they were only looking for reported signs of abuse from schools. So if you were coming to school consistently dirty and consistently hungry and not getting enough nutrition, then that's I don't know. People you would get.
I ain't never heard of people until I had a kid.
I never heard of anybody getting child services called because of getting a beating. Because we wasn't calling to tell nobody we gotta be in.
Yeah, you keep your dirty laundry in your house.
Right. Like, listen, just because Aunt Lucille beat me down the street and then the neighbor beat me on the way home because I wasn't.
Yeah, but if you tell on Lucille and the neighbor, by the time you get to grandma, you getting beat up all over again. Like, what do you? Right. You ain't got no business telling me what happened down there. Right. What did you do for her to get you? Mm-hmm. Like, you couldn't make it down the street and got 2 ass whoopings before you got home.
Right.
What did you do?
Right.
But now we fight people. Like, I wish somebody would put their hands on my kid. Right. If it ain't family, I'll stand by and let somebody snatch you out. Yeah. But outside, across the street neighbor, like you'd be like, oh no. But back in the day, it was fine for Mr. and Mrs. Cotton if me and Leah and you were doing something. It was fine for the Cottons to come outside and say, get on over here.
Right.
It was fine for, the Brights or the Starch, somebody, the Browns. It was good for them type of people.
But you know why it's different? Because we don't bring our community together. Like, we're not I'm not going to my neighbor's house dropping off a plate when they first move in. Like, oh hi, meet the neighbors. Like,
yeah.
Listen.
But we didn't get that when we first moved to Willingboro. Didn't nobody come knock on our door and give us nothing. We was kids and everybody's playing games.
Yeah, all the kids was
kickball outside. You know, like we were playing. So it was like, all right, here goes the kids on the block.
Yeah.
You pull up and you're the new kid on the block, and I meet Leah Brown. You know, aka Leah Johnson.
Guess how many kids lived on my block?
You look like you have an old people street. Her street don't even look like it was like a lot of lives on the block. Like it was like old people. Yeah, you have that street. You can tell,
right?
Cause y'all like them kids down the street from you. You are at the point like you're an old lady. Cause you're at the point where them kids was outside playing basketball, right? She gonna say, "Oh, they better move out the way before I hit them. They making too much damn noise." Tosh, they're kids. They're playing basketball. It's a bunch of boys. We don't have that over here. Well, you just got neighbors with kids. Welcome to the community.
But my thing is, we never had people with putting basketball hoops on the street because there's a basketball court up the street. You see what I'm saying? Like I never had to worry about. Like there was never none of that.
Yeah.
Like nobody had a basketball hoop in front of their house. Why? Because there's one up the block.
Yeah, but you just might not want to go there, or some kids might not be that well off sociable.
Yeah.
You know, but
I don't know. But guess what? I'm not a kid anymore. Like when I was a kid, I could probably count the kids in my neighborhood.
Right.
Like I lived in a country club. There's 3, 7, I think 12 of us all together.
Yeah.
Like that was it. So we all hung out at the playground.
And that was it. And come home right up the street.
And yeah, look, my thing was when my sister was born, that was the perfect time for me. Because I would take the stroller and I would walk.
Right.
I would walk all of Willingboro with the stroller.
Yeah, because it had little sister with you.
Look, everybody just knew, like, oh, you had a kid?
Not me.
Yeah, look, sure did. I had a baby.
I'm
9 years old with a baby.
Life was just so different. Life was different when we came up.
I'm not gonna lie, cartoons was different. Like just living.
They need to revamp this
Going
whole.
Outside was different.
You know, just revamp history. Take it back in the day.
Everybody make your kid go outside. Like do that part.
Kids are bougie now.
Okay, listen.
Kids don't like
iPhone, TikTok.
Well, not our cherish. I don't know. The kids in my family, they like going outside.
Yeah.
The kids in my family, they will rock outside all day.
Yeah.
But that's the way we were.
Right.
But every kid ain't.
But at the same time, being outside and in this family is different.
Oh yeah, because we like to be outside.
Not only is that y'all like to be outside, y'all are together outside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're going outside to meet up with the neighbors' kids to be outside. No, I'm going outside to go and play with my cousins.
Right.
So y'all want to be outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm going outside and play with my little sister.
Right. You're going to Atlantic City today.
Right. I just want to be outside because I'm going to be with my family. So it's different. Because like when I was a kid and we all lived in the same place, going outside was everything.
Right.
Okay, listen, I'm outside.
I used to love like being on a Huffy and
look. I love being the only grandbaby born in the in the early 80s.
Yeah,
look, I love that.
I love being a favorite to all of you guys.
Just listen.
Look, to everybody. I'm everybody's favorite.
I was the one that because I was in that age bracket where there was nobody in my age.
Right. Like, so you was alone.
Yeah, I was alone.
Yeah.
I was with my grandma.
Right.
My mom was at work and at school, and it wasn't like I could go outside and meet the neighbors' kids.
Yeah, you was a Renee.
Look, I'm in the house.
Because that's how Nene is. And that's how Nene was because she is the baby. So, but you know, me and Wyatt didn't have nothing in common with the Desiree and the Nene.
Right.
But then Desi started. That's us.
Yeah.
And now Nene's still like Nene.
Right.
I was like, where you going?
Right.
You stay here with mommy and daddy.
Yeah. What's up, Reese? You was a latchkey kid, huh?
A what?
A latchkey kid.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't have to do any of that. She was home. My mom didn't go to work until my sister went to school full time.
Oh.
She worked from home. She does not leave the house.
My mom stayed home for most of our lives.
Look.
She was home for most of our lives.
When my sister went to school full time, That's when she stopped babysitting little kids and went actually into the office. Because my mom was babysitting at home, doing filing work from home, all while we was in school during the day.
Right.
So it was nothing for her to stop what she doing, come pick us up from school, take us to whatever activity. See? Like, yeah, I had all that.
I'm glad.
A personal driver my whole life.
Yeah, like my mom was always home all of our lives. She she got her jobs when she felt like it, but she didn't really. That's they don't make those kind of dinosaurs anymore. Yeah. That was the men in our generation of our fathers. You know, so it's very odd to find a dinosaur. Like they're fossils.
Yeah, they're actually fossils.
Our dads are fossils.
They actually are. Because they.
But back then, that's what you did. You raised your kids. You stayed home. Did whatever you. That's what you did.
That was your job.
But then, guess what?
But he provided everything.
Yeah. But then being provided for, because we just said it in the car yesterday, it gets a little overwhelming once the kids start going to school, guys, and mama. All my jobs everything's done, and I don't have anything else to do.
Now you're nosy.
Now I'm going to get a job.
Yeah, right. I'm wanting a job.
And that's how now I guess
that's how latchkey kids work, because now you got the older ones,
right?
And so Roosevelt says, I was at home alone at the age of 8. Mom worked till 6. I'm home alone from 3 to 6:30. Single mom.
Right.
Shout out to all the single moms.
Shout out, and all the single fathers too, because you got a lot of single dads now too.
A lot of single dads.
Yes.
Shout out to the single dads, because let's just be clear, it's going a lot of years where dads in general just kind of got bashed for not being around, because it was always portrayed that it's always the woman. The mom is always there. There have been dads that have been there from day one, that get no recognition, no credit,
right?
And they out here being the best dads that they know how or
and
don't know.
And then you have no dads,
right?
You know,
no dads.
Then you have the ones that just, I don't know.
Look,
you have the moms that's nowhere around.
Right.
I know people, personal friends, male wise, that mom never came back. Hey, this is your turn, and kept it.
Look, I'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah, and kept it moving and never came back for the child.
Right.
That's crazy. Yeah. I can't. As a mom, I cannot.
I have seen it.
I can't think about just leaving my child.
First of all, I could never, even in my mind, think about taking my kids somewhere ill prepared. Like, you take your kids to a sleepover, or your kid you got to sleep over at your house. Right. You got that one kid that comes with just the
blanket.
So you come with just the blanket, not a change of clothes, not a toothbrush to first. Who sends their kid ill prepared? I was the one. First of all, my kids couldn't go everywhere. They could only go to a select few houses, like aunties, godmoms. This friend, I gotta go meet these parents first. Well, they're not. Nope, you're not going there. Like, you have to be mindful. Like, I can only send you to these few places. But even when I'm sending you to these few places, which most of them are family, I'm packing the bag. You got your PJs, your clothes for the next day. You got church clothes just in case it's the weekend. You going to church on the Sunday. You got your toothbrush. You got socks. Everything they needed was in the bag. Snacks included. Like, they like these things. Like, I could never just send my kids like, you're going with your grandma, bye.
Oh, hell no. I do that. The hell? Not me. Yes, me. Hello, mom. Hello, dad. Yes, I have. Hello, family. Yes, I have done that. We do that in my family. Drop them off.
Right, yeah. But that's because y'all have family.
Drop them off. But I mean, even when
dropping them off, the family who they've got stuff in the house.
No, yeah, but I ain't taking if you the grandparent, I ain't taking my kid. You should have some clothes. That's just, nothing against grandparents, but that's just, if you love your grandkids the way my mom and dad has loved on their kids, listen, we didn't have to worry about one thing for none of our kids. Like, drop them off, they good.
But you know what? That's the difference between our grandparents' era, because our grandparents were like, you have what's at your house, right? Everything that's at your house is at my house. Like, you don't need to bring nothing here. But I was always I just take everything that you need to have that I think you would possibly need, put it in the bag, take it with you. Because what you're not going to do is call me and be like, hey, mom, I need, or can you bring? Nope.
That don't happen happen. That don't happen. That don't happen with your grandparents. Some of these grandparents are really great. It's like my parents was really great. So when they was with them, I was gone.
Those are
gone.
Look,
you said weekend? I'll be back Sunday.
You have to remember what era we're in right
now. Right. But now the parents.
When your grandparent is 36 years old. Listen, at 36 years old, you know what I was thinking about doing?
Well,
not having stuff for somebody's kid.
Well, no. That's a good age to become a grandparent. 36, 37, because you got to think. My parents are 62, 63. Well, no, 62 years old. It's only a 20-year difference between us. That's it. So by the time I had Hannah, my parents was on their way to 40. So and I was 19. I was 20. I was 20 when I had Hannah. So that was that 20-year, they was going on 40. So that's not 30-something years old, 30, 40. That's not a bad age to have grandkids.
See, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Because my grandparents were old.
Because we came up with a certain generation.
Right.
Like my dad's mom, she was like, my dad's mom, what? Well, she passed away in her 50s. But I came up with the only grandparent I think that was alive was Mom Toby, Ryan's mom, and my mom, and my Grandma Jill. And Grandma Jill wasn't even, she wasn't that old.
Right.
So it was like, but being at that age of that 30, 40, 35, 40, like that's a good age to be a grandparent. Like right now, I'm cool. My kids are selfish. They're not having no kids no time soon. So if Hannah ever decides, I'll be that grandma you're talking about. I'll be the old grandma. I'll be in like my late 60s, 70s. And don't even get to spend a good 10 years with them. Like I can't even now.
We can't run.
I can't do nothing. Yeah. But I'm cool with that, Hannah. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying it is what it is.
Like my grandmother, she was in her 70s when I was a kid.
Yeah. So, see, that's how my great grandmother, like they was just with me and all of our generation.
My grandmother was in her 70s when I was a kid.
Yeah, but now you have grandparents that's like, these chicks are young.
Yeah,
they're like 20s. Yeah, no, that's old. Listen. Our age is old. If you're a grandparent right now and your child is about 22, 23, if you become a grandparent, you're cool. But when you're a grandparent and you in your 20s, late 20s, about 25, and you a grandparent, 26, even if you hitting like your 30 mark and you're a grandparent, it feels a little odd, but you can still do you. I have a lot of girlfriends that we know that we grew up with that are grandparents.
Right.
Because their kids are at that age. Right. Like this is a 20s and the 19s, 18s, they able to do that. But now, no.
Yeah. I'll never know nothing about
these parents are becoming grandparents in their early 20s. I don't care about if I ever, I am a grandma.
Right.
Yeah. And I have 2 granddaughters. I'm cool with the 2 that I have. You know what I mean? Like my oldest son, he has 2 girls. So I'm cool with them. But the other ones, them other little people, Hannah ain't hearing it. Najee ain't hearing it.
I can only
Asia, no, none of them. None of them is having babies. But Jaheim, I got 2 granddaughters.
Eventually, you'll be the old grandma that we speak of.
With the other people,
with the other ones.
with my other people, but with the 2, I'm cool with these ones. I got a 5-year-old, and I think she's like 8 months. So I'm cool with that because I'm still at that age where you can still juggle your life around and be able to be that grandma. I'm cool with that, but no, hell no. If I would have been, and we got girlfriends, not even girlfriends, like just people worldly, just worldly wise, where you become a grandparent, like your child ends up 14, 15 pregnant.
Right.
You're in your early 20s.
Yeah, you're talking about you a grandma.
Now you a grandma. Like, that kind of screws your head up because you're like, well, damn,
Not only is it screwing your head up, that is a generation of knowledge that is going to get missed. Like, there's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of things that don't get passed along properly because as a 26, 27-year-old grandmother, like, you missed it. Like, you didn't get it. You weren't even able to get that for yourself,
right?
Let alone give it to somebody else. So, like, yes.
So now you know what happens with that. I'm your sister, but I'm really your daughter,
right?
And my grandmom is my mom,
right?
Because that's who's raising me, because she's still raising you,
right?
So we're going to get the knowledge,
right?
I'm going to get it. And matter of fact, I'm going to get it better than you,
right?
Because she's going to make sure I don't make that mistake,
right?
Now you're just a rip and runner,
right?
You out the door, and now I'm outside with grandma,
right?
Now grandma's raising me. Like that's what we're dealing with in this generation right now.
Lie, I think that was the best, to have your grandma be like in you, raising you for real. Like, I love that, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like if I didn't get those years with my grandma, I would have missed a lot of important knowledge, because she, whether she knew it or not, she's the one who really prepared me for life as an adult, like, to really see what it was like. Yeah,
and back then you got to think your grandmom had you in the kitchen.
Oh yes,
I grew up with great grandma. I grew up with grandmoms, like my fifth generation of my grandma. I grew up with them.
Yeah.
So that, and aunts and uncles and stuff like that. So being in the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen, was very important. Right now,
snapping peas.
Some of these kids can't even cook a hot dog, and that's very sad. Can't even boil water.
Not a thing.
They don't want to do nothing. Everything is out to eat.
Yeah, out to eat or in the microwave.
Yeah. So especially when it comes down to a girl, you got more young men out here cooking.
Yeah.
Then you have young ladies, which there's nothing wrong with that. But come on, somebody got to teach you.
Yeah.
Wasn't nothing like being in the kitchen with grandma and she say, "Here, go over yonder and snap these peas. Right. Go over yonder and mix this bowl so we can get this cake going, or them biscuits." Right. Wasn't nothing like yonder.
Going over yonder and get it together.
Right. Long as you ain't over yonder in grown folk business, you good.
That's it.
But the generational of being able to cook and smell that fat back, and like it was amazing. It was an amazing life back then, and people don't give that out, give that knowledge out, or don't pass it on because, like you said, that's the miss.
Yeah, that's the miss.
That's what that child is going to miss. Like grandma can teach you, but grandma can't teach you everything because now grandma's a little, grandma's still trying to live her life.
Right.
Grandma might be what, 60 at the most, 50 at the most. She might not even have hit 50 yet.
Yeah, she's like 45, 49.
Right.
Like she's knocking on 50.
Right. Really, and now grandma is still trying to enjoy her life because now you're grown.
Look, she's single. She ready to be out here.
Even if she's not single.
Look, she trying to be outside with you.
Right. But even if she's not single, if it's her and her man, her and her husband, mom and dad, they're outside because at this point it's like,
y'all are grown, see, bye.
What? I'm not raising no baby.
No. And I'm not canceling my weekend plans to babysit.
Who?
Bye.
You know what my dad says to us when them babies was little? I take my grandkids when I want to take my grandkids. My grandkids are not to be just dropped off over my house, or you just tell me I'm bringing such and such. No. You mention something to me, and I'll mention something back to let you know. But when I'm ready to have my grandkids, then I'll take my own grandkids. You ain't gonna force these people on me.
Right? You're not gonna force me to be with the people.
Yeah, you can't force me to be with all these little people running around.
Listen, first of all, you need energy for people.
You need a lot of energy,
especially for the little ones.
Not for Pop though.
Yeah, no.
For my dad, he showed them Jerry, and all the kids just run around quiet when Jerry come on. Jerry.
Right.
It was over. Like Jerry was the man in our family for the kids. Right. But this is the problem. Like people, we don't have time to be raising nobody's kids. Not at our age. Now, is it cool? I'm fine with it. I got grandkids. I'm cool with that. But when you leave your response, and this is where I think DYFS, the angle of us growing up and how different life was. Now you have not my mom, but my mom's mom taking care of your child. Because I'm not doing it. So what do? You go ask my mom's mom. You know, like it's a selfish act. But right now, I always looked at life and said, you know what? I think because I'm a bad victim of this. I spoil my kids. You know what I mean? So I know for sure, like, you remember back in the day when your parents would say, yeah, you can get it, but you just got to hold on. Or I'll get it for you, but just hold off.
Yeah.
Now, if my kids would say, yo, I need such and such, if I got it, I'm going to go get it. Right then and there. Where I think our problem was growing up, we had to learn patience, but we're not teaching the patience to our children, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense to see.
Where now they want everything, these kids think everything is supposed to be handed to them because we created them that way.
Yeah.
No matter what household, you can say you don't do it, but that's BS because there's something in the household that you're allowing that child to get away with, whether it's just not picking up a piece of paper and you do it anyway. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just everybody has done it. You can't say you have never done it. Like, everybody has said, okay, yeah, and just let it go because we're parents. And sometimes you do you be like, you know what, just go ahead. Just go.
Just get out my face.
Just go. Go ahead. Do whatever you want. Like, it doesn't even matter. But nowadays, these kids they have the foundation, but we don't give them the exact foundation that we came up with.
Examples.
No, they don't have the exact foundation that we came up with the ass whoopings.
Right.
With the hand of Nazareth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to get this, the belts. I don't care if it was Go-Go Gadget leg. You know what I mean? Like,
the Hot Wheel track.
Yeah, you be sitting in the car and you say something slick and you don't even know you have been hit.
Right.
Like, you didn't even see the hand coming.
Yeah.
They don't have that.
Mm-mm.
We do it, but then, the kids, they just wow. They just wow. And the schools make them even more wilder. It's not just what they're learning off of the street. It's the TV. It's the way they think. It's this generation. It's the music too.
Yeah, the music.
Best believe it's got a lot to do with this music.
There's a lot to do with
I'm going to shoot you up and I'm going to take you out.
And wet you. What Steve Harvey say? I shoot you in the chest. I'll wet you.
Right, I'll wet you.
Shout out to the Kings of Comedy.
But that's the sad part in life. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, we got to teach, we got you, and stop being scared of your children, ladies and gentlemen. That's just something to put out there. Maybe we can talk about that tomorrow or something. But stop being scared of your children. Because it's a lot of you people out here.
Okay, so I guess we'll leave that for tomorrow because
there's a lot of them out here.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, there's people out here.
I'm still scared of my grandmother right now. Okay?
Grandmother, my mom and dad look at me funny. I'm out of there.
Exactly. But even right now, I know my grandmother is not here. But guess what? She'll show up. Okay? My grandma is that grandma. She'll show up she'll be sitting on the side of the bed like, oh, so you thought you was finna get away?
You fitting to get away? And that's how they used to talk.
Right. Like, you thought I wasn't gonna find out.
Oh, you thought?
Yeah, yes, you thought. So now I'm here. I had to come down here on the cloud to check you. I don't want to get checked in my sleep. Okay? I have seen people get checked in their sleep. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't need to have nightmares and bad dreams and be waking up beat up, and I don't know.
I woke up like that.
I used to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I had plenty of them. Get up, you ain't do the dishes.
Right.
That will be for something for tomorrow, though. But it's almost time for us to go. We only got a couple more minutes, but
say goodbye.
Yes. So thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yes. Make sure you share.
Come on in the room and share it with your friends.
Right now, if I can get it together, ladies, I'm trying. if I can get it together. I'm trying to get it together.
What's the artist that we are going to today?
I was trying. I'm trying to. I don't know. We just going. I just want to say I'm going to do this, and it's the rap lineup matters. It's the EP. So it has Burlington County, like Willingboro artists, like Streets from Burlington City. It has a whole bunch of rappers that's out of Willingboro, New Jersey, Burlington County. So shout out to all of y'all. And
shout
we
out
love
to all
you
the
guys.
rappers of Burlington County, Camden County. Shout out to y'all.
All right. We just got to let it go. See what they... You know what? How about we change it up and let's listen to some Big Ooh. Big Ooh is from our county. So we just going to go ahead. Big Ooh. Everybody knows Big Ooh. He's the man. I don't know what... This phone is doing its own thing today. I don't know what is going on.
I don't know.
All my life I fucking make it. Had to go for mile on a hot block and take it. Dutch juice got a walk and make it. Early on I understood love, understood hatred. Complex and them niggas basic. Plus complex don't know I'm nothing to play with. Blocks ain't tools, but they love me in the spot. Started out a lookout, now we run the block. Facts, everything in life is a process. No top Yeezys, Adidas sweats, and only fair. Ending the year all strong and all that. Just kept the come-up show, shot the Cosmic Clash, shot the Pretty Tsunami. A new day soon, Roof is coming soon, we work. I want to dive on it a little sooner, I don't want too much of the beat run. Kylie, give me some volume. Yo, Slick. Oh, all right. What up, Joe? My nigga Al in the building. Ace. Yeah. OG. Uncle Al. You know how we give it up. New Day Co-op. 5. Why wouldn't I? As I should. Let's beat the streets up, Slick. Yeah. If it ain't about a profit, tell them stop it. Too many niggas toxic. I just was telling Al that treat you different when you got it. These days I feel like Muhammad overlisted. I feel for my aunt with her addiction. At the same time, I know the hustle's about addition. I heard Ferrari Far say it started in the kitchen. Matter of fact, Slick, it started with a vision. I remember when they wouldn't listen. I remember when the other guys was in position. I waited, I never hated. School of Hard Knocks, I graduated. Couldn't wait to say, mama, I made it, but until then.